Hey guys, welcome to Age of Wonders Planetfall unit unboxing. This video covers the Assembly Inspector unit. So the Inspector is the Tier 1 Scout class unit, obviously available to the Assembly faction. So it's a light flying unit. It has Farsight, so it's definitely very capable at the strategic layer for scouting around the map. There's units that have better abilities even for that, but it's definitely good as a scout the map, gather pickups, fog bust, all that stuff. It's good for that. Outside of that, this unit pretty much sucks. It's kind of an interesting design, I guess, with a couple kind of unique things, but it's just kind of an irrelevant unit outside of just fog busting. It comes with the base 2 arc channel resistance because it's a cyborg unit. Also gets the scavenge spare parts passive from being assembly unit, so it gets 6 health after every combat, which is basically irrelevant for this unit. It has such a tiny health pool to begin with, only 25 hit points to begin with. It also can't be flanked because it has all-around awareness, which I suppose gives it a slightly better chance of surviving. But yeah, it's just kind of a crappy unit, in my opinion. Let's look at the first skill that's available to it. So this is the damage skill. This is Arc Rod. It's the only damage ability, really the only active ability that's going to provide any damage abilities in the tactical combat part of the game for this unit. So it's 6 arc channel damage, 90% accurate, 7 hex range, which is pretty good. It's repeating and also affected by line of sight. So there's not much to say about it. The range is actually decent, I think. But the damage output number is so small that it's pretty much irrelevant in most cases. If you find stuff that's weak to arc units, obviously this becomes quite a bit better. But by and large, it's just kind of a lousy ability. So the only thing that gives it some sense of savior is the fact that it's a flying unit. Usually you can set up flanks a little bit easier with flying units. And obviously you could try to focus on units that don't have strong abilities against air units, primarily melee-based units. So I guess there's that, but essentially this Arc Rod is kind of a throwaway. The second skill available here is I apologize. It's maintenance repair. I don't know what just happened there. Something going on with my screen. So maintenance repair, this is another kind of strange one. So it's the support skill that this unit provides. It's another sort of underwhelming skill though. So let's just talk about the skill as a whole. So it gives you 20 hit point heal on a range of 3. And it can only be used, obviously, on cyborg and mechanical units once per combat. So 20 hit point heal is lower than most of the other heals in the game. Usually they're around 25. And the range is also lower. I think there's a couple units with range 5 heals. I could be wrong on that. But actually, 3 might be the standard. I could actually be wrong there now that I'm thinking about it. 3, I believe, is the standard for most heals. But either way, it's just not the greatest heal. And on top of the fact that it's not the greatest heal, the faction has built-in mechanics which, with like Assimilate or the scavenge spare parts or some of the other things you'll gain access to, basically healing isn't something you really want to waste units doing. You're not going to need to use this a ton. So it's not a great skill, and it's really not, at least how I play assembly, it's really not something you're going to want to use very frequently, and the attack ability blows. So you can see why I'm not a fan of this unit. It's just not very good. Sure, you can drive it around the strategic map. That's fine. But to be honest, you can get around the strategic map with other units that actually give you some tactical assistance when needed. But again, Farsight flying obviously make it a good scout. So it is a good scout. Let's look at the progression. Which also ends up kind of being equally underwhelming, I'd say. So we get health and accuracy, obviously. Neither of these are very useful. Our attack isn't good, so getting accuracy, whatever. Health is so low to begin with that getting more health, fine, I guess, but nothing great. And then even the prime rank ability, getting an Overwatch ability, I mean, fine, it's not useless, but it's also not really very good. I mean, I would rather have something here like the prime rank evasive maybe, or I don't even know what would make this unit something reasonable that would make this unit more appealing. But just Overwatch, I mean, Overwatch, I don't know. It's just strange. So you just really don't want to use this unit much in a tactical setting, in my opinion. The other advantage to keeping it out of tactical combat is because the progression is isn't really doing much for you. You know, you don't really want this unit soaking up experience from other units like your heroes or units that you're actually looking forward to progressing. So I would keep it out of tactical combat as much as you can. That's kind of what, not much to say tactically. As I've said, it's not a very impressive unit. The best thing to do is split it off from your core army, fog bust, gather up pickups where you can, obviously scout where your enemies are, beat NPC factions, all that stuff. I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess if in a pinch you needed a burst healing on like a hero that you plan to be using in maybe melee based hero or something, then this is your option. But I would just try to avoid that scenario altogether. At least how I play assembly. So, but that's pretty much it for this unit. This was a quick one. I'm not a huge fan of this unit. I don't even really, to be honest, I don't really like the unit model, but that's just my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of many of the assembly models, but it's just kind of a lame unit. It'd be cool if it had some interesting mechanic or something that, I don't know, something. Actually, now that I think about it, what would make sense make sense to get a strategic layer option for its progression. Maybe get the true sight or something at prime rank. Then it might actually be useful. It'd make you an even better scout. That would make sense to me. Now I'm thinking about it more. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I can't imagine people are going to disagree too much with my opinion on this unit, but if you do, or if you like the video, feel free to comment or like the video. Thank you for watching.